Hello YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So just kind of make another video about a good routine, kind of like checking your garden, see if everything is watered or growing plants you could bring in or give away, maybe find some food. Yeah, see if there's any cats or raccoons you could, feed, I guess. Maybe get a few looks into the kind of garden. Make sure everything didn't fall down. So back to kind of exploring in the gardening and other things. I did start to pretty much make or finish this, or I'm trying to put like glue and use up the rest of the bucket and things. Show you guys that I made a really thin spatula. This spatula worked really nicely. Instead of like a Q-tip and things, I kind of made um, it was really easy to hold on to, and then I would just dip the tip into a spade. It's actually like a spreader, a spade, or something, you know. But yeah, fingernail. I don't know. So yeah, it basically I usually use this side, and was able to get really small crevices, and pretty much just use the rest of the liquid nail. It's gotta I need to do another coat, maybe with a Q-tip, just to fill in some bubbles and things. I didn't get underneath the two little small pads, but yeah. So I've got pretty much some more stuff, some more of the liquid nailed, and just getting what I could see at first, just touching up the finishing up is good enough. I just but yeah, I just pretty much did one run through and things, and it basically hardens up a little bit harder than silicone, so that's why I left the front or the surface exposed, because I'm going to be using a softer silicone for that, so that it's really not going to you know be irritating and stuff. I'm really testing this and things, so I just dip some in and stuff, and putting a thicker coat in any spots that I missed. And having to be really careful to not make a mess. So I'm gonna try to put down the camera and get the rest of this situated, or finished up. I wanted really touching up a lot of stuff with this fingernail type of spatula. Okay, YouTube, so I tested it out using the spatula on this helmet and then a Q-tip on this helmet just to fill in those bubbles, and the Q-tip is really better. Perfect. So I gotta go over a lot of this stuff. Um, and there's the bucket still, so let's go ahead. Yeah, it's gonna look a lot better when it's dried up and feel better. And I pretty much got this helmet too. Kind of looked over here, and I think I could kind of start seeing which materials I could grate and stuff. I'm gonna probably mix some of the liquid nail with also the bubble gum, I would say. So I've got, so most of it's pretty much dried up, and then re-cleaning this and stuff. Some of this bubble gum right here, it grated a little bit, so I'm going to try to make a larger piece. So yeah, so I just started putting all the pieces in a larger pile and hoping. Now I'm going to just try the liquid nail, the chunk of liquid nail. Down this liquid nail, and then so I actually hold the sifter like up so that most people like grind stuff on my first dental mold kind of situated, and so yeah, it's not bad testing. Whereas the liquid nails breaking down. The thing is, maybe I can't do the bubble gum, and I could actually just store it for some other things. That's all this is. I'm gonna just kind of just keep trying this way. Probably just being able to move stuff out of the way so that having better trays and things. So right here, I actually like really pressured a lot of stuff. I just held it. It started grating. The liquid nail was grating really effectively, I would say. But the bubble gum, some spots were a little bit soft and things like that, but it grated a little bit. The thing is, it's really hard to handle, or yeah, it was just a little soft in some areas. I need to find a way to just clump it all together into like a big chunk, and um, you know, if but finding a way to grind this, I would actually like use like a die grinder and a grinding disc, and then over like a tray, and then this filler would also have like grinding disc material in it, which isn't, um, I'm gonna be covering it with. It is pretty effective with this liquid nail. I got quite a lot done, I would say, but still have to filter or sift out really small, finer particles. I could use a sifter and things like that. Uh, there's all type. I have sand. You can use sand. You can use sawdust, or anything really powdery, even just stuff like that, and mix it in with like an epoxy and things. Whereas it's chemically broken down and mixed into more of a fluid, and this way is just basically another stage of refining, and yeah, I'm getting a pretty good amount of powder, but yeah, like I mentioned, I have to sifter it. This is called grating, and then there's siftering, um, and it takes a couple of hours of grating, but this is going to be the bulk of just filler material. I'm going to actually have to use some more stuff, and it's just going to provide the epoxy more area or volume actually to filler in missing teeth or gum, show where the gum line is, and then I mold, and then I would have to pretty much I forget, craft or chisel or things like that, with mixing in with like Dremel, mixing in with picks or files just to get the right contours and epoxy and things. So it's a pretty interesting way. It's the old-fashioned way, uh, and things like that, to working with the supplies kind of that I have on hand, or anybody can have, and putting it to something more of a final final stage. So really, really should have been doing this last week, or I mean, sifter it, kind of update a few things, especially with my exploring and DIY stuff. Kind of didn't pay attention, I guess. So, and then I guess um, I also have like this wax piece. You want to see me grate this? So let's see if this wax piece is grating any easier. So I did that in like 1 minute. It was just like it wasn't as as kind of like I don't know. It's just weird. And that's grating wax, a piece of wax, which was really good compared to this other stuff. So I guess I could finish this today. Have this in a separate compartment or container. Really good stuff, I think. I have some like silly putty too, like that I'm rinsing off. But I guess I could finish the wax um, pretty fast compared to the liquid nail. Alright, so I just did a little more, like a minute or two. And yeah. So pretty cool if I you know, figure out what I need to do with this stuff, which is pretty much dental molding for now. But I might use the wax first. This other stuff, still grates and things, but just getting so now I just need like a small jar or container, which I have, so to put some of this stuff in, make sure it's clean and prepped up, I guess. Right. So yeah, that was pretty good, I think. Better than nothing, I guess. Also, instead of like the grater or even a grinding disc, I have this, like a brush, a wire brush. So I guess that's all for now. I'm gonna just try to put this in a Ziploc until I find a better container. So I cleaned off the sifter with some filter floss and going to try to, I need to get, well, here's a funnel, another type of funnel, but I already have a funnel. And just kind of, yeah, I'll probably use this funnel. Alright guys, that's most of it. I still have to do a few things. Probably could keep this here. I'm going to leave the bag open a little bit just to let things air out and dry or things, or